know, people are like, oh my God, your skin looks so good. You have such pretty skin. Girl, you are glowing. What are you doing? And I'm like, girl, I'm just sitting over here getting oily. Hey girl, hey, it's me, Amber D, and thank you so much for coming through for another video. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All right, girl, so for the past several weeks now, maybe several months, I have been getting a lot of compliments on my skin in the comments of my videos and IRL, in real life, whether I'm at home, at work, with my family, with my friends. I have been getting a lot of compliments on my skin, and unless I'm at work or out at an event or a date night or something like that, I'm more often than not makeup free. So the fact that I've been getting a lot of compliments on my skin, it means a lot to me, especially for someone who at one point in time my skin was not in good shape. I have really oily, acne prone skin, so it was like a revolving door of breakout. Whenever I was getting one breakout to kind of settle down and go away, there was always one or two more popping up in its place. So with that, there was always a lot of dark marks and discoloration left behind. So I never felt like my skin was really in good shape. And starting in 2023, I started taking my skincare journey really seriously, and I started learning about different ingredients that will help with my specific skin type and my specific skin issues. I have oily skin, I have aging skin, I have acne prone skin, so I was looking for ingredients that would help with those things. I also have really picky skin. I'm not going to say I have sensitive skin, but I will say I have really picky skin that does not like a lot of ingredients. So there are certain ingredients that my skin needs, and in those products that have those ingredients, they will sometimes also include other ingredients that my skin doesn't like. So a good majority of 2023 and 2024 was just me figuring out the products that I needed that had the ingredients that my skin needed and didn't have the ingredients that my skin didn't want, so that it wouldn't make my situation worse as far as acne and breakouts and discoloration. So it took me a while, but I was finally able to curate the skincare regimen that is really working for my skincare. Again, my skincare needs and my specific skin type. It may be different than your skincare needs and your skincare type and what's going on with their skin, but it also may help. So I'm here at Ulta today to pick up a couple things that I'm out of. I'm also going to show you a lot of the products that I use and that I would typically pick up and stay in rotation in my skincare routine. I'm also going to stop by Walmart and show you a few things that I use from there, and then we'll head back to the house and get into the good stuff. Alright girl, so let's get into the skincare routine. I'm going to take you through all of them, but we're going to start with my morning routine. My morning AM routine stays the same 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It doesn't change per season. It stays the same. So I just woke up. So far, I've just washed my hands and brushed my teeth, and you can see how oily your girl is. This is how I wake up. Some mornings, to be completely honest, I wake up even oilier than Liz. I look like I'm sweating, kind of like I look like somebody that just left the gym from a really good workout and I'm sweating, but I'm not, girl. This is just oil. This is my super oily skin. When I say oily skin, this is what I mean. Not kind of oily, not a little bit oily, like super oil slick oily. And again, sometimes I wake up even oilier than this. But this is what we are starting with. So I'm going to start by washing my face, obviously. And I do a double wash, and I always start with baby wash. This is always what I start with first, whether it's AM, PM, which skincare routine I'm cycling through. I always start by washing my face, and I always wash first with this one. I'm going to go in. I just have one pump on my bare hands. And before I get any water or anything like that, I'm going to go in right on my face. So now we are moving on to the next step. I do have my little, it's an exfoliating facial scrub type thing, but I love it. I've been using these for years, and now I'm just gonna go in with this Bioré oil control. It's a deep pore charcoal cleanser, great for oily skin. So I'm just gonna do one pump and go in on my wet face and go all the way over everything, except my eyes, of course, but. All right, now I'm gonna go in with my hands and make sure all the areas are nice and good. All right. Face is cleansed and looking and feeling good. Moving on, we can get to the actual good stuff. First thing I use on a clean face is my toner. This is the Good Molecules. This is the Niacinamide Brightening Toner. And I used to use this on like cotton rounds. I even have the cute little cotton round dispenser where you just kind of get one out and it's all nice and cute. And then it just got to the point where I was using one of those. I use the toner in my AM and in a lot of my PM routines as well. So most days I have two of those, one in the morning, one in the evening, and I just got tired of looking at all those in the trash can. I was like, this is so wasteful. And you don't even need it. A lot of the product will soak into it first versus soaking into your actual skin. So by not putting it on there to soak up half the product before it gets on my skin, just putting it on my hand and directly on my face, I feel like I'm using a lot less product. And when I first started using this product, I had a lot of discoloration right here. And I've been using that product since 2023. And I started seeing the results from it. I would say probably by 2024. Like, it didn't work right away. It wasn't something that faded dark spots instantly. Like, that was definitely an overtime thing for me. These are newer and are still currently fading, but everything that had been there for years and years and years for, you know, that had been other fading products didn't work. Like, that, it just kind of was my skin. It was there. It kind of seemed like it was going to be a permanent scar type situation. And we're looking good. I mean, nothing is like 100% gone. This is still a little bit down here, but those were the super, super darkest ones. And they're a lot lighter now, and they're even still lightening up. You can even see like right here, where again, it was like really super dark right here. I'll pop a picture in so you can see the difference, but we are looking a lot better. And then from here, for my morning routine, I will go in with this eye gel. This is also from Good Molecules. This is the Yerba Matte Wake Up Eye Gel. I really do love this eye gel. I've been using it for probably about a year now. And I absolutely love it. It's an eye gel you can use AM or PM. I use it in the AM because it has the Yerba Mate caffeine in it. So it does help to depuff a little bit. It also has hyaluronic acid in it, which helps keep your fine lines and wrinkles nice and moisturized, especially around the eye area. But occasionally, well, on the mornings where I'm about to get ready to do something where I need makeup, instead of using this eye gel, which I love and I used to use 7 days a week, I don't use it 7 days a week anymore. The only part of my morning routine that changes even a little bit is this. And the only reason it does is because when I use this, and I put makeup on underneath, like if I put concealer on underneath or something like this, because of the gel and it kind of sits on the skin for a while before it absorbs in. If I put makeup on top of this, it's just gonna sit on top and then kind of bead up a little bit. Like, it's not gonna blend well. It's not gonna stay put. It's gonna move around and it's gonna look patchy and everything under here. And I just don't like the way this sits under makeup. So if I am wearing makeup, I'll go in with this eye cream, which is from Equate. It's the anti-wrinkle and firming eye cream. I've been using this for years. I used to use this AM and PM before I even found this. I use this in the morning if I'm putting on makeup. If I'm not, I'll go in with this one. And then next up for my AM routine is kind of like the matching face cream to that eye cream I was just telling you about. It's also from Equate. It's the Advanced Firming Anti-Wrinkle Day Cream for face and neck. I love this. I've been using this for years, even longer than I was using the eye cream. But I don't use this over face and neck. I used to when I first started using it, but now I just use it on my neck. I use it every morning and most nights depending on what routine I'm cycling through. But this is just a neck cream for me, and I can honestly say, since I started using this on my neck, I can definitely see a difference in the crepiness of my neck skin, especially like right in the middle. I actually was recording myself and I saw watching the playback one day and I was like, oh, my neck looks a little looser than I was realizing it was looking. So I started using, this was years ago, maybe in 2021 or something. So I started using my face, I started, making sure I'm bringing my face products down to my neck. And I saw a slight difference then, but once I started using this product, which probably had to be maybe in 2022, I've seen a difference. I've definitely seen a difference, and my neck looks really good. I make sure I bring it all the way over to the sides and get everything taken care of, because this is definitely working for you, girl. And then after that, I just go with my spoolie and brush out my brows. And then quite possibly my favorite part of my AM skincare routine is this right here, girl. This is a Rosewater and Glycerin Hydrating Facial Mist from the Heritage Store. Now, it does say on here that it's for a combination or dry to combination skin, and that's because of the glycerin. The glycerin is really moisturizing. I don't get this one because I need any type of extra moisture. Again, you saw just how oily my skin can get, but I specifically go with this one on purpose because of the glycerin. The glycerin in here is more or less like a natural primer, because primers don't work for me. They just don't. I never found a mattifying primer that kept my skin from getting too oily. And then here more recently in these past few years, whatever ingredient is in mattifying primers and mattifying setting sprays irritates my skin. So I just stopped trying. I just stopped trying to find one that was going to work for me because I figured I wasn't. If they weren't keeping me from getting oily, then what was the point of using them if they were going to irritate my skin anyway? So I was looking into natural ingredients, natural primers, and I found glycerin, so I absolutely love. And I spray liberally. It kind of makes me look like as oily as I was when I woke up. But I also have my handy dandy fan, and I go in, dry it down some. Oh, this feels so good. I also noticed that when I get complimented on my skin, it's usually when I'm at my oiliest and my skin is doing the most, or at least to me. And I will get people come up, whether I'm makeup free or have makeup on and my face is really oily and glowing. People are like, oh my God, your skin looks so good. You have such pretty skin. Or they'll comment, girl, you are glowing. What are you doing? Like all the things. And I'm like, girl, I'm just sitting over here getting oily. Like I ain't doing nothing. Like it's all these people complimenting me when my skin is super oily. That made me realize that people are out there paying good money to get their skin to look as oily as mine just naturally does. So not that I was ever trying to fight my oily skin, but I did. I mean, I'm always, I'm blotting it away or things like that. So now I'm just getting to the point where I'm kind of accepting it, but I am also trying to keep it under control. So that Rosewater spray with the glycerin definitely comes in clutch. Like right now, I feel like my skin looks great. I'm done with my morning skincare routine. If I was going to go in with makeup, that glycerin and the Rosewater spray would, if I would put makeup products on, it would stick to my face and it would stick to where I put it and it would stay there, which is the help from the glycerin. So even though I don't need it on makeup free days, or I could probably get the same effect from a primer, that glycerin doesn't irritate my skin and I don't feel like I look too oily even on makeup free days. So that is my morning AM skincare routine. It stays the same other than which eye cream or eye gel I'm going to be using, whether I'm going makeup free or not, but everything else stays the same. And last but not least, every skincare routine is my e.l.f. lip balm. This is the Squeeze Me lip balm from e.l.f. It is in vanilla frosting. Yeah, the scent vanilla frosting. It does give vanilla. I do really like it. I have bought so many of these, and I also have another one on my nightstand that I put on just before I go to bed. But that's it, girl. All right, girl. So moving on to PM skincare. The first of my 3 PM skincare routines that I cycle back and forth between happens on Sundays and Wednesday nights. So I just cleanse once with my baby wash, and then I go in and do my second cleanse with my Bioré cleanser. And then from there, I'll go in with my peeling solution mask from The Ordinary. It is 30% AHA and 2% BHA, and it literally says it's a 10-minute exfoliating facial with pH of 3.6. So before I started using this, I've been using this since the end of summer 2023. But before I started using it, I watched the tutorial instructional video from The Ordinary's website, and it was actually very helpful to me. They recommend that you do a patch test on your wrist, which I did, and let it sit for about 5 to 6 minutes, I think. I actually put it on and forgot about it. I remember, and I had it on for like 7-8 minutes, but I didn't have any irritation or anything like that. So when I started using it on my face, I think I used like maybe 1 or 2 pumps for my whole entire face when I first started using it, and I didn't leave it on for the entire 10 minutes. I would just have it on for maybe 8 minutes or so at first, those first couple times. But then if you hear any yelling in there, the Laker game is on. My husband's watching basketball, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'm gonna go join him. But when I first, once my skin kind of got used to how the mask works and how it feels and all the things, and I moved up to 3 pumps for my whole entire face, which is what I'm doing now. 1 for my forehead and then 1 for each side of my face. And then I go back in with another, like maybe I would say like a half pump, and I go in on just the areas that my pores are the largest and that get clogged the most, the easiest, where I see the most breakouts and things like that. So this is my 4th pump. I'm going to use about half of it. I'm going to put a little bit right in between my eyebrows. When I was breaking out a lot, this was always the area where I would get I couldn't go without having a breakout in this area. As soon as one was going down, another one was popping up. I don't really get a lot of breakouts on my nose, but I do see my pores get a little bit larger there. And then these areas right here on my cheeks have a larger pores. And when I do still see any clogged pores, anything congested, it's going to be right in these areas right here. And my pores seem to be the biggest, like right here. Not big, not nearly as big as they used to be, but definitely still have, you know, some largeness going on in those areas. But for the most part, everything else is shrunk down nicely, and I'm doing pretty good. So now that everything's on, I'm gonna hop in the shower, wash the day away, as I always say, and then it'll probably be at least close to 10 minutes at this point, and then I'll just rinse it off and move to the next part of my PM skincare routine. I have been in and out of the shower. It's been 10 minutes, so it's time to rinse. Let's get this face mask off. I can definitely feel it tingling, but that's exactly what it's supposed to do. So let me go ahead and rinse this off and we can finish up. Whew, okay. Mask is off. When I was watching the tutorial video on The Ordinary's website, they recommended to moisturize heavily after using this mask because it can dry out your skin. Now with my skin being so oily, this mask does not dry my skin out, but I do still go in with a good amount of moisturizer afterwards. So I use this eye cream from Equate. It's the anti-wrinkle and firming eye cream. And then after that, I use my neck cream. It's also from Equate, the advanced firming and anti-wrinkle. And then I also go in with this from Good Molecules, the lightweight daily moisturizer. I don't use too much, but this is the only time I use it is PM and after this mask. I don't use it during the day or in any of my other nightly skincare routines. Just this one. And that is my skincare routine for Sunday nights and Wednesday nights when I do the peeling solution from The Ordinary. And I always wake up on Mondays and Thursdays with my skin looking too good. So I highly recommend. But I always give the disclaimer that not everybody's skin is even necessary for that type of chemical exfoliant. I do recommend a chemical exfoliant, but you don't need one that's that strong. My skin, with my pores always doing the most, they need to be deep cleaned on a very, very regular basis. So I go for that one, which is a little bit stronger, which is why I was saying if you are considering it, watch the video from The Ordinary just to get a little more information about the product itself and the ingredients and what skin types it's recommended for and what skin types is absolutely not recommended for. And that's it. That's it for me, girl. All right, girl. So I am just getting home from work and I am about to get into some PM skincare. It is my Monday and Friday routine. And Mondays and Fridays is one of my few routines that is almost always going to involve me washing off my makeup. Mondays and Fridays, I am working in the office, so I do typically wear makeup when I go to work. You can see how oily I am. I blotted my face once today, and I did reapply, not a lot, but a little bit more of my mattifying powder over top after I blotted, and that was a few hours ago, and you can see how oily we have gotten since then. So this is what I mean when I say I'm super oily, and this is not even as oily as I was earlier when I actually blotted my skin, but I digress. So because I am washing my makeup off, I'm gonna go in and do 2 cleanses with my baby wash. The first wash will be 2 pumps, the second one will be 1 pump, and then I'll go in with my Bioré cleanser for 1 pump and get all of my makeup, dirt, oil, all of that off. And then I'll hop in the shower and finish out the rest of my Monday, Friday PM skincare routine. Okay, first cleanse is done. Now I'm gonna go in with my second cleanse, just 1 pump of my baby wash on my little handheld cleanser type situation. All right, and then one last cleanse. All right, girl. So face is nice and cleansed. Pores are as clean as they're gonna get for the day. I am going to hop in the shower and then finish up the rest of my PM skincare routine. All right, girl. Fresh out the shower. Now we're about to finish out this last little bit of my skincare routine. First up is my Niacinamide Brightening Toner from Good Molecules. All right, next up is going to be my vitamin C serum. This is from Good Molecules. It's a vitamin C serum with orenzinol. So it has ascorbic acid, which is your traditional vitamin C. It also has kojic acid. Just going to go in with this amount here. It's a very lightweight vitamin C. Absorbs into the skin pretty quickly, even after the toner, because the niacinamide toner is a water-based product. But if you use too much, it can kind of sit on the skin and you'll have to wait for it to soak in all the way before you can use your next product. But this one, they both kind of work the same, maybe because they're both Good Molecules products. And with that, because I also go under my eyes, not all the way under and not all the way on my eyelid, like I would with my normal eye cream. And I also went in on my neck like I would with my normal neck cream. I'm not going to use either of those. All right, and that is it, girl. I'm going to go in with my spoolie just to comb my brows out. And then again with my lip balm. And that is it for Mondays and Fridays. All right, girl. So we have reached the Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday portion of my PM skincare routine. And honestly, this is the shortest, quickest, easiest version of my 3 nighttime routines that I cycle back and forth between. So tonight is retinol night, which just consists of 2 products, just 2. My Niacinamide Brightening Toner from Good Molecules. Get a few drops of that. Normally on Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays, it's not really a makeup type day more often than not. So I'll just do 1 pump with my baby shampoo, and then I'll do 1 cleanse with my Bioré charcoal cleanser for oily skin, and then hop in the shower, do my Niacinamide Brightening Toner, and then I do my retinol, which is the Ordinary Grand Active Retinol 2% Emulsion. Give that a good shake. I have been using this for just over a year, maybe a year and a half at this point. And I just go in with 2 drops, pumps, whatever you want to call these, 2 pumps. So I always just, in that 2 pumps, I put it on my face. I go not right under the eye, but I do get pretty close. And then I go up here, same places that I will put my eye cream, except for like right on the eyelid. I don't put it there, but everywhere else that I will put my eye cream, I put the retinol. And then I also go down on my neck, and I also get the sides. Get the sides of that neck too, girl. And then I also do the back of my hands. But that is my Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday PM routine. And then just like after every skincare routine, I'm going to comb out those brows. And then my e.l.f. lip balm. And that is it for your girl's skincare routine. I did my AM skincare routine, my Sunday and Wednesday night PM skincare routine. I did my Monday and Friday PM skincare routine, and now you've seen my Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday PM skincare routine. So that is it. That's everything I do to get my skin looking compliment worthy. That is everything that I do. If you found anything in this video that is helpful to you, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything that you use that may be helpful to someone with my similar skincare issues or skin type, please let me know in the comments. Even if you use something completely different because you have a different skin type, drop it in the comments too, because somebody else who has dry skin or sensitive skin or something other than what I have, they may be looking for something that you are currently using and it could help them too. So drop your favorite skincare products in the comments, and let's all have great skin together. But yeah, girl, that is it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in to my skincare vlog. If you haven't already, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.